Toby is, what's happening, man?
What's up? I say what's up?
Boy, Toby is in the house.
I say what's up?
Aston's in the house. Aston's in the house.
What's up? I say what's up? I say what's up?
Got Jamarley in the house. What's happening, Jamarley? I hope all is well, my brother. Y'all come on in. Christian's in the house, my brother. My brother Christian's in the house. What's happening, man? Christian's in the house. Christian's working right now, man. Christian be grinding, my man. Christian's a Patreon member. I appreciate that, brother. I got your hat in the mail too, Christian. You should be getting it. I think on Friday. If not Friday, it'll be there on Monday. Professor Black Ops in the house, man. My brother.
What's up? I say what's up? I say what's up?
Y'all come on in, man. Let me see. Is it happy hour yet? No, it's not happy hour yet. Miss Wade, if you're watching this, when you get home, hook your husband up with a glass of wine and I'll turn this into a happy hour. That's what I'll do. Tobias, yes, look into it, brother. Casual economist. Yo, what is happening, y'all? What is happening? We got some folks in the house. Look who's in the house, man. We got brother Tobias in the house. We got Aston in the house. We got Jamarley in the house. We got Christian in the house. Man, my brother Christian right there, that's a grinder right there, man. He be grinding hard, only have off on the weekends, getting it done, making that money. We got Professor Black Ops Big Bro in the house. I appreciate you for being here, brother. We gonna be talking about the MBA today, man. We got who else is in? Casual Economist is in the house as well. I appreciate you all for joining me this random Wednesday afternoon. I'm hoping you guys are having a fantastic day. It is what you consider to be a hump day or something like that. Middle of the week. Tomorrow's the birthday, guys. Tomorrow is the birthday. I'm going to be working, though. I didn't take off. I didn't take off on tomorrow or Friday, but my day is light on Friday. My day is heavy on tomorrow. So, of course, at night, I'm going to be having a couple coaching calls, and once my coaching calls wrap up around like 6:30 or so, I'm going to be celebrating. My sisters are driving from Wisconsin to spend time with me and the family until November the 8th or 9th or something like that. They typically come and spend their birthday as well as my birthday with me. So their birthdays are on November the 3rd. We're all going to have a good time here in Austin, Texas, and they're on the road right now. So shout out to the twins who are driving. Girls, drive safe, and I can't wait to see you all. Who's all in the house? We got Casual Economist. We got Blind Guy and his wife in the house as well, too. We got Noah Page in the house. Guys, thank you so much for rocking with me this Random Wednesday. You know me, I'm so random. I don't have a schedule for my live streams except for Saturday mornings. Except for Saturday mornings at 8:30 a.m. Central, well, in between 8:30 and 9. I try to go live with a coffee talk. Something that can get our day off, our weekend off to a good start and so forth. But guys, let me do this. Patreon members, I appreciate you for all your support. The Patreon is growing, guys. It is absolutely growing. We have hit the ceiling on the premium professional Patreon memberships. We are at the ceiling at this point in time. But guess what? Miss Wade said, you know what? You should let about 3 more in to have a total of 13. You have a total of 13. And then you're gonna have to come up with another membership. So we're gonna keep it open for another couple more days so that if anybody wants to join the premium Patreon to have direct access to me, to have quarterly coaching, a 45-minute quarterly coaching call, you have that access to me as well as access to me via text message, email, and so forth. Not only that, you have access to a fantastic community. We got some good people, professional people in the Patreon. Brother Noah is in the Patreon. Brother Jabron is in the Patreon. We got Brother Christian in the Patreon. We got Brother Trey in the Patreon. We got Brandy in the Patreon, who is an HR recruiter. We have a strong circle, and that group is growing, guys. And we're going to continue to leverage each other to get to the bag. That's what we're going to do. And not only that, to help out other people as well, too. So look into becoming a patron. Jump on the Patreon site. We're going to have 3 more left because Miss Wade says, you know, you can take on a couple more. You can take on a couple more. And I'm like, all right, okay, I'll try this out, Miss Wade. So I'm gonna keep this open and probably until Sunday. And if it fills up by that time, then good. If it doesn't, then either way, it's gonna be close. And we open another kind of membership up. So let's do this, man. Let's do this. Patreon members, hats are in the mail. The hats are in the mail. You should have them. Some of you are going to have them early, depending on how close you live to me. Some of them you're going to have them by Friday. Some of you are going to have them on Wednesday, or not Wednesday, but Monday of next week. So you'll get that in the mail soon. You're going to be rocking your Black Heights swag. And I appreciate you guys all for all your support. Guys, on Monday, man, on Monday, I can't believe you guys allowed me to struggle stream like that, man. So check this out, guys. On Monday, I was at the Vineyard with the wife, and we decided to do a day in the life of a sales professional for me to talk about SaaS sales, okay, and tech sales and so forth. And I thought it was a fantastic stream. I was rocking, having a nice cigar, a whole bunch of wine with my wife, and the kids were running down, and she was moderating. It was a good time, right? Good time. Man, I went and watched that video. All I heard was mic pops and all. So guys, do me a favor. Whenever there are technical challenges, do let me know right away. I want to make sure that your experience is good. And I am so thankful that you guys rocked with me the entire time. I think there was like 18 to 27 people in the chat with me, you know, rocking out with me, right? But I'm surprised that you guys even stayed that long with how much mic pop action I have going on. It was a lot of mic pop action, guys. And when I went to look at the live stream and reassess it, man, I was like, I got to take this down. There is no way I was going to be able to keep that up and allow for other people to listen to it. Now, some people thought that it was their own phones and so forth, but it was on my side. Brother Darcellus Reed is in the house. My brother right there, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Brother Darcellus. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me get that up on the screen. That's what I need to do. I need to get my super chats going, man. Your boy is behind on getting his super chats up. Let me do that right now. Brother Darcellus is my brother, living in the beautiful state of North Carolina, coming through, sending some love. Shout out to Black Heights, brother. Keep giving up the game, man. I appreciate you, Darcellus, man. Thank you so much. I actually talked to Darcellus this past weekend, and we were just talking about, you know, how things have been going from the business perspective, how the Patreon's been growing, the work that he's doing in the real estate game. He's getting it. He's growing. Before you know it, Darcellus is going to be sitting on a whole bunch of rental properties, a whole bunch more. He already has a couple of them already. He already has a whole bunch of them already, and he's going to be sitting on a lot more in the near future because he's grinding and hustling right now. I appreciate you, Darcellus. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We got, hold on. Let me get back there. Let me get back there real fast. I got to get all my screen action going. You know me, guys. I'm a screen action person. All right, so Darcellus sent that. Let me go through the super chats real fast. Before I kick the show off, I want to make sure that I am going to make sure Brother Tobias joined this Patreon. He just said, I appreciate you, Tobias. I appreciate you, sir. Melissa is in the house. Melissa is in the house. Hello, chat at Black Heights, advancing your career. Hello, Melissa. We appreciate you for being here. Another content creator, guys. I had no idea when I was talking to Melissa on Monday when I was struggle streaming, guys. I had no idea that Melissa was a content creator. Go and check Melissa's content out. Fabulous content creator. Found me through Blind Guy, his wife, their live channel, Corey and Laquita, and I found her through them as well. I'm like, how do I know Melissa? Melissa is absolutely fantastic, great content creator. Go and check her out. Go and check her out. Go and give her a whole bunch more new subs. Blind Guy's wife says, I'm with the wife. She's right. You can do 3 more. The wife is always right. This may or may not be the wife chat. Yes, she's right a lot of the times, Laquita and Corey. I gotta say, she's right a lot of the times. I gotta give it to her. She is right. She's like, you can take on 3 more. You're not that busy. I'm like, oh, babe, come on, man. Come on. But she convinced me to open it up for 3 more. And it looks like Tobias has one of those spots. So I appreciate you, Tobias. Thank you so much. But guys, so this is going to be a show. And we're going to touch on 3 things here. We're going to touch on an MBA. Is an MBA worth it? Guys, a lot of people are talking about college. A lot of people are talking about college. You see everything in the news now saying that college admission or the people going to college have significantly dropped. But people aren't going to college. And people are saying that college is a scam. I'm going to tell you like this. I have an MBA. So I'm going to give you my experience from that aspect of it as well. And I'm also going to talk about an MBA, whether it's worth it. We're going to go over an article on that one. The next one we're going to talk about is a Boozy Bouquet. Boozy Bouquet. So you guys that have a whole bunch of plans and, you know, entrepreneurship, side hustle plans one day, right? You got to get to the bag first before you can actually do these things. But we're going to talk about a couple who started a business called the Boozy Bouquet, right? And we're going to talk about that. I'm going to get you guys experience in your feedback if this was a fantastic idea or not. And we're going to go through that story as well. We're also going to talk about, guys, something that we talk about a lot as well, too, is how to land your next promotion. And I've given you guys, and I talk about this a lot in some of my live streams, how to land your next promotion. And I always talk about the visibility aspect of it, right? I always talk about the making sure that you objectify your metrics and you're talking to your manager of what things that you need to accomplish. And that needs to be something that's measurable in a number format so you can track to that, right? Well, Kevin O'Leary, one of the leaders of Shark Tank, a millionaire. I think Kevin O'Leary, maybe even a billionaire, right? He's going to give you some game on how you can land your next promotion so you guys aren't just hearing it from me. And you'll see that I'm giving you guys the facts. And last but not least, we're going to be talking about ghosting, guys. Hey, check this out. You know how employers used to ghost us when we used to fill out these job applications and send them? Well, guess what? Now with the job market being the way it is, people are in high demand. Some people are now ghosting employers now. They're ghosting them, guys. So we're going to talk about that as well, too. And see and get you guys' feedback on why people are ghosting employers. That's going to be interesting, man. That's going to be interesting. We got Brother Master IT in the house. Brother Rob is in the house, and he sent a super chat. Let me get him up here, man. Let me get Brother Rob up here. Brother Rob is in Houston, a fantastic content creator as well, too. Go and check him out, guys. Thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat for the $13. $1 for every ladder climber. Man, I appreciate you, Rob. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for joining. And brother Rob is a Patreon member as well. Exclusive, brother. And you should check out, guys, here's the thing. If you are looking to get in IT, there is nobody else as capable of teaching you how to get into IT, whether you're getting a certification, A+, Security Plus, and so forth. Brother Rob, Master IT, is that guy. Brother Rob, Master IT, is that guy. Has courses and all online. Go and check him out. Go and check his YouTube channel out as well, too. Good brother of mine. Good brother of mine. So let's do this, guys. Let's get to that first article, because I'm not going to be here all day unless you guys drag me. Unless you guys drag me into it. Unless you guys drag me into it. My wife's probably going to be like, nah, you can't be here all day. Let me do this. Let me switch up my screens real fast. Let me get ready. I got the chats up right here. But you know what? I need to drop that down. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the MBA. Let's talk about the MBA. People are saying that college isn't worth it. People are saying that college isn't worth it. But the Wall Street Journal came out with an article that says there's one degree that's out there that is worth it. There is one degree that is out there right now that is absolutely worth it. I know there's other degrees that are worth it as well, too, especially in the undergraduate side. And I talk about it all the time, right? The STEMs, the management information systems, the computer information systems, the brother Professor Black Ops, the computer science, right? The master ITs, right? The IT certifications, all that stuff. All these are degrees, MBAs, blah, blah, blah. They're worth it, right? Well, check this out. The Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal came up with an article today that told everyone who knows anything about an MBA education that it essentially pays off. It essentially pays off, guys. If you go and get an MBA, they're saying that it will pay off. So the journal did an analysis of the federal student loan data and found that the vast majority of MBA programs, including most that are not ranked in the top 100, leave students with manageable debt loads. Hey, that's what it's about, right? It's a return on investment. If you're going to take out money to go to school, you're going to be missing opportunities. There's an opportunity cost to that you're going to be working and you're going to be making some certain amount of money. They're finding out that the MBA is worth it because it's going to leave students with manageable debt loads. But let's get into the article. What does the journal mean by manageable? Well, at 98% of universities that offer the MBAs, graduates typically made more money 2 years out of school than they had borrowed, according to the journal. And after examining federal student loan data for nearly 600 programs found, that stands in direct contrast to law schools, where only 6% of JD's programs had graduates with higher median earnings than debt to the same time frame. So guys, the MBA is a dope degree. The MBA is a dope degree. I have an MBA. I went to Georgia Tech. And I went to Georgia Tech in 2014 and graduated in 2015, 2016. I went there and did the executive MBA program, total of 18 months. It was hard work, very, very much hard work. But Georgia Tech is a top MBA or top 25 MBA program. And let me just tell you this. My salary at that point in time was around $140,000 a year before I did my MBA. And let's just say this right now, I'll make a lot more than that. Was the MBA responsible for contributing to that? For me, yes, it was, because it taught me a lot. It taught me how to ask for more. It taught me, how to continue to build those relationships. It taught me that I'm capable of leading teams outside of this country. It taught me a lot of stuff. It also prepared me to go into sales that I'm currently in right now, making a killing, right? So personally, an MBA is worth it for me. But let me just tell you this. Don't just think that you're going to get an MBA and come out making a whole bunch of money. You have to have a reason why you're going to get your MBA. And this is why I tell people all the time is an MBA is a costly investment. I mean, my MBA cost me $180,000, guys. I mean, that's a lot of freaking money, right? There's other schools that cost a lot more than that. I got a good friend of mine who's going to Wharton right now. His is costing him $270,000. But he has a reason for going to that school. He's going to get a return on his investment. And that's what the Wall Street Journal has come out with. And they're saying that the MBA is worth more than, or is a better investment than a law degree. And I can believe that because I make more than lawyers. A lot of people who got top 25 MBAs are making a lot more than lawyers. But so let's continue on. That finding will not come as a surprise to business school officials who have maintained for years that the MBA is a no-brainer investment. The Forbes MBA ranking, which is based solely on return on investment, has shown that to be the case for decades. In its 2019 ranking, the latest published list, Forbes found that the pre-MBA salary of Chicago Booth MBA, so Chicago is a fantastic school, by the way. It's top 5 of all MBA programs, and more than likely, there's been times when it actually was number 1, and it may be number 1 this year. Who knows? But anyway, top 5, let's just say that. Where the pre-MBA salary for Chicago Booth MBA was $83,000, but the post-compensation for the class of 2014 graduate was $245,000. Guys, you go to school, before going to school, you're making $83,000 a year. You get your MBA from Chicago Booth MBA. You come out making $245,000 a year. Shit, that's worth it to me. Hey man, that's a lot of money. Doubled your income, almost tripled it. Almost tripled your income just by getting an MBA. And people are saying to you, college is a scam. College is a scam. Don't be listening to these people, guys. Don't be listening to these people. I'm telling you right now, you can make a lot of money if you go to the right school and get into the right role. You can make a lot more money than the people who are the media puts in front of you, who act like they're rich, These rappers and these entertainers, they put them in front of you to blow a whole bunch of smoke. And we know that your neighbor down the street is making a lot more money than they are. I'm one of them. Uncle Antoine, making a lot more money than some of these broke entertainers. I don't have to look like it. I'm not going to look like it. I'm not going to drive around in a flashy BMW, but I make a lot more money than some of these broke people. And you guys do too on this chat. A lot of you do. But let's continue on. Let me not go there. Let me not go there. Let me not go there. You know what? I'm going to go there. I'm going to tear it up today. I'm going to have a little good time, man. I can't wait to get a glass of wine this way whenever you get home. Let me do this. Before I jump over to that, let me jump over to the chat and see what you guys talking about over here. Let me see what you guys rocking with over here. JT Coin Rings in the house, man. Master IT's in the house. Real Talk with Melissa's in the house. Oh my God, officially my favorite audio. No Limit 3. What is up, Black Heights? What is up, No Limit? I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Christian, question, do you need an MBA from a top 25 school in order to get to the bag? No. So the results, Christian, my brother, let's do that. The results, if you see this, let's go back to the article. Brother Christian. It says this. Let's go back here. Where did I see it at? Okay, so here's the thing. The journal did an analysis of the federal student loan data and found that the vast majority of MBA programs, including most that are not ranked in the top 100, leave students with manageable debt loads. So yes, you can get to the bag without going to a top 25 school. Absolutely you can. If you went to University of Houston, if you're in Houston, if you went to, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee as an MBA program, you can get to the bag. You can absolutely get to the bag, Christian. So it doesn't need to be a top 25 school. Now, of course, if you want to build a strong network, you want to go to a top school with some brand behind it. I mean, like Georgia Tech was a no-brainer for me, or it would have been Emory. I didn't choose to go to Emory. The other option would have been Georgia State, which is another fantastic MBA program, and they did accept me. But when Georgia Tech gave me that golden ticket, I was like, yep, I'm going there. I'm going there, man. I'm going there. You guys said I should go there, right? Oh, man. You know what? It's time for this, man. I read an article. Hold on. Let me do this. My brother Stern just sent me a message. You guys remember Steven Stern from that last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. Software engineer. Get in the bag. But good brother of mine. Anyway, so I follow a lot of YouTube content creators, and I follow a lot of good people, a lot of people that fall in the same line as myself who are doing very well, investing in real estate and so forth. And one of the great real estate content creators is Orlando Minor. Orlando Minor, I met Orlando through Pocket Watching with JT. We did a live stream together when we were talking about college and college being, whether college is a scam or what sort of degrees are the ones that you should get if you wanted to choose to go to college. So Orlando is dope. I mean, if you go check out his YouTube channel, he's going to blow up. He has great thumbnails and he has a lot of information on real estate. Well, anyway, he posted on his community page about what other people are saying about him, and how he should be. Orlando is a classy dude, right? Good looking brother, dresses up in a t-shirt, doesn't floss, but the guy's a millionaire, has tons of rental properties and so forth, right? But somebody in his community page said, hey, you should throw a Rolex on, drive around in a BMW, right? Stunt, show people how to get to the bag and all this other stuff in order for you to grow your following from 5,000 to over 1 million. You should be like this. You should be like this. You should be like this. And I'm at that point in time right now where I'm just I am sick of people who think that all these people who have this flash, these entertainers, they aren't in the same lane as you guys. They aren't in the same lane. So you can't expect for brothers like myself who are highly educated, or brothers like Orlando who are highly educated, to floss like them. We have more money than them. We don't need to floss like them. We are smart with our money. We don't want to look like them. We don't want to walk around with all that crap on. These are the same people who eat well-done steaks, and we laugh. And when we see them, these are the same people who rock sunglasses behind it when it's, inside. These are the same kind of people. We talk about these kind of people. So don't expect for us to adapt to what society wants or what other groups want for you to look like. That's backwards. We're done with that. We've learned that and we've graduated from that already. So, I just want to say this is that, hey, you know what? It's time for us smart brothers, smart sisters, right? The ones that represent our communities very well, the ones who actually have the money, to speak up more. That's what it's time for us to do. And it's time for, people to realize that, hey, man, you know what? All the stuff that you see in is smoke and mirrors. These guys don't really have it. If you ask them for receipts, they're going to be, having fake wads of cash. It's not real. Nobody carries that amount of cash on them. It doesn't make any sense. If they're an athlete and entertainer, yes, they may do that. But the majority of people aren't like that. And if they're up and coming, don't have a lot of followers, aren't getting a lot of money. They aren't. And they look like bums anyway. So we laugh. I just wanted to say that. So I'm off my tangent now. Let me get back to the article. Let me get back to the article, guys. Oh, I just wanted to say that. It's time for the smart people, the people who are intelligent, the people who represent the community, the people who invest in the community, right, to have a voice. And to be quite honest with you, they look like me. We do a lot more than a lot of these other people who say they're doing in the communities because they don't. I own $1 million in real estate, and I, employ teams of people that look like me to do the work in our communities. But, I just don't talk about it. These are the same kind of people, though, that act like they're doing stuff in the community, and they don't do crap. They don't do crap at all. So anyway, let me get off that tangent and get back to this article because I want to educate. I want to educate, guys. I want to educate, man. Let me get back to this. Okay, so overall, the 5-year gain directly attributed to a Booth MBA was $94,000. So guys, if you went into an MBA program like Chicago Booth, making $84,000 a year, you would literally leave there making $245,000. This was a study from from the Wall Street Journal, right? And that gain that you got was attributed to getting an MBA. It's, and they did this in their study. They even discounted the time value of money and adjusting numbers for cost of living for graduates and so forth. So, and that's just not the United States. This is all over the world. So the 5-year gain at the London Business School for MBAs was $119,000 a year, while the gain for 1-year MBA programs in IMD in Switzerland, which is another fantastic school, was a whopping $168,000 a year. So Forbes calculated that the median debt load for MBAs at roughly $80,000. So that's hardly chump change. So Christian, you asked the question, do you need to go to a top university to get that bag as an MBA? No, you don't. No, you don't. But my suggestion would be this. You want to make sure that you have a reason to get your MBA. A lot of people right now, and I get a lot of questions on this channel, especially for the younger ones, who are really looking at education and thinking about MIS as a major and so forth. They're already putting the MBA before they even get an ounce of work. And MBAs are expensive. So I tell people all the time, work first. Understand if you really need the MBA. If you don't need the MBA, if you don't have the ambition, if you don't want to be in some of those top positions because it's stressful and so forth, then there's no need to get an MBA. There's no point to go to a university like Chicago and don't have the drive and ambition to work hard in the financial industry, or to climb the ladder in corporations, or to be a CEO one day. If that's not your ambitions, don't waste your time, don't waste your money, because it's expensive as crap. Okay? And it's tough, man. It's tough. So at Harvard, Stanford, and a few other elite programs, more than half of MBA alums paid off their federal loans quickly. More than half of them paid off their federal loans quickly. So here's the thing, guys. I don't want to go through the full article, but the whole point here is this. The schools with the lowest debt to income ratios at top 25 schools was Harvard, Dartmouth, Stanford, and Wharton. All great top 5 MBA programs. And the schools with the highest were the ones that showed up at the bottom. But I wanted to show you guys these schools that are here in the United States, just in case you're thinking about getting an MBA and you have the drive and ambition and you're a ladder climber. If you have the drive, ambition, you're a ladder climber, look at the top 25 schools. If not, look at a local community school to get an MBA if you can afford it and so forth. You have the drive and ambition to climb that ladder, because it's going to be very helpful. It's going to be very helpful. But you see the top 25, Stanford, Chicago, Pennsylvania, Wharton, Harvard, Northwestern, MIT, Columbia, UC Berkeley was a fantastic school. Look at number 25, guys. Look at number 25. Number 25 is Georgia Tech. Your boy, Mr. Wade, has a top 25 MBA from Georgia Tech. And I'm making a lot more money than some of these broke dudes who act like they get in the bag that a lot of people want to be like, because they got nice cars or renting their cars, and they're renting it for a day, or they're showing their house and they don't really live in it. Okay. All right. We're done with that one. We are done with that article, guys. Let me jump back over to here. I want to jump over to the chats to hear you guys out. See what you guys had to say when I went on my little tangent, man. I go on my little tangents every once in a while. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. Let me jump over here. Let me jump over to the chat. Let me bring that down so I don't have to look up. Mr. Nix is in the house, my brother. Another Patreon member, a great brother of mine. I talked to Mr. Nix last night, man. I was on my way to mail the hats last night to the Patreon members, right? I was on my way to mail the hats. Let me find you, Mr. Nix. Give me 1 second, man. I'll be losing all my stuff. Give me a second. I was on my way to, well, we put JT Coin Rings up here first. But last night I was on my way to mail the hats off for my Patreon members. And I called Mr. Nix. I had a scheduled call with him. I just wanted to check in with him. Mr. Nix is trying to get to that bag. Mr. Nix is trying to make that $287,000 a year, right? Mr. Nix he is already making, close to 200, right? He want to make that 287. So I called Mr. Nix because he's going through the job hunting process. He's going through the job hunting process right now. It doesn't need it, but he's just looking to get the bag, right? Because there's a lot of opportunities, and plus he has like 41 certifications. Brilliant dude, brilliant man, part of the Patreon, right? So I call him up and we just having a conversation. The first thing he says to me, man, Antoine, it's been a rough day. I'm like, why has it been a rough day, man? Mr. Nick said, man, I lost out. Man, look at this. He showed me his, he's a trader, right? He trades options. He showed me one of the trades that he missed out on. Man, and he was hot. He was hot. I was like, Mr. Nix, man, just calm down, brother. Calm down, brother. But we got to talking, and I appreciate you, Mr. Nix. I appreciate you, mate. Another guy who's getting to the bag, got the money as well, too. Making it happen. Let me put him up on the screen. I finally found you, Mr. Nix. I got to get better at this software. Mr. Nix says, for the chat, if you are going to college, MBA, or other, Make sure you join and volunteer with the Alumni Association at your school yearly. Yes, that is right. You got to donate if you want to be part of that school. Top 25, I donate to Georgia Tech every single year. I do speaking engagements. Matter of fact, they even flew me out when I was in Malaysia. They flew me out to Vietnam to do a speaking engagement. Join your alumni associations. Be a part of it. It's always going to be a way that you can tap back into that network. It's important. It's very important. I'm glad that you said that, Mr. Nix. I appreciate you, brother. Let me jump back over here, man. Let me jump back over here to the chats. You guys are having some fun in here. Oh my God. Okay. JT Corn Range, classic. I appreciate you, brother. Okay, we want the audio again. Blind guy that wanted they want the audio again. No, Brandy is in the house. Hey everyone, so Brandy is another Patreon member. Awesome HR recruiter. She just joined the Patreon. I got your hat in the mail today, Brandy. Thank you so much for sending me the email last night. I appreciate you, young lady. Awesome. Her husband's gonna be rocking her Patreon hat, man. And you know what? I may have something extra in the mail for you so that you got both colors of it. But I appreciate you, Brandy, for being here. No Limit says, let's take it there, man. Let's. Real talk, Melissa says, no, we want that audio again. Nah, man, that audio was terrible, Melissa. That audio was absolutely terrible. I went and listened to that thing and it was horrible. Mr. Nick says, I got my MBA from a local state university, not doing too bad these days, and now have doors open to bigger things. Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Mr. Nick is getting the bag, man. And not only that, he's gonna, man, let me tell you like this, man. Mr. Nick is getting the bag. No Limit says, hey, Black Heights, I'm in the process of getting a digital marketing job, but I want to transition to network engineering because I feel there's more opportunity and money and want your feedback. Digital marketing is a fantastic career. It is fast paced. There's a lot of stuff that you can learn, but I would say this, going into the network engineering route, that is a great opportunity for you, No Limit. I think that is a fantastic opportunity for you. And it's going to be more stable. It's going to allow for you to be in a career where you can become a subject matter expert. You're not having to you're going to have to consistently gain and learn your skills and stuff like that. But digital marketing is just a little bit different. Every single day, there's something new with SEO practices and so forth, and everybody's trying to do it. So I think a network engineer would be a fantastic option for you to go down. No Limit 3. Okay, Korean Nomad. I have a CPA and working in one of the big four doing restructuring work, making 110 a year. ATM, do you think an MBA is still worth it? I feel like I can get into a top 25 program. Yeah, so Korean Nomad. It's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. And the reason why I think it's a very good question because you're already making a good amount of money, right? Now the question is do you think that you can do more inside of a company, whatever your career goals and your ambitions? If you want to be like a chief accountant, or if you want to be a CFO and so forth, I think that you probably want to pursue an MBA. It's going to make you more well-rounded, not just on the accounting side, which accounting, you guys have some super strong skills. I mean, like, I don't know what side you're on, whether you're on the audit side and so forth, but it sounds like you're a CPA. So you're looking through documents. You're already a brilliant person. You can probably use that money if you go into a top 25 program and start investing that because you know exactly how to read 10K statements and financial statements and so forth and know where the money is and know how the money is operating in companies. So I think it'd be a fantastic opportunity for you if you have the career ambitions to climb higher and you want to make more money. Okay. Mr. Nick says, folks be flossing and teeth be falling out. Oh man, the teeth be falling out. They have bad teeth, bad hair, pants falling off, all that stuff, right? Ratchet. Nah, man, that's not what we want over here. Like their steak super well done. They don't know how to eat. We don't talk about them like that, man. Like we don't get down with them. Come on now, speak on it. Can't even talk on the camera without shades. Exactly. But these are the folks who get the followers, though. These are the folks that get the followers, right? And they want guys like me who are straight-laced, right? They want guys like me who are pretty straight laced and a family guy. They want me to look like them. No, never gonna do that. Never gonna do that. Won't ever do that. Billy Rowe, my brother Billy Rowe is in the house, man. I appreciate you, Billy Rowe. Billy Rowe is writing a book. I can't wait to get that book. Billy says, exactly. Intelligent people don't walk around flashing their money, nor do they take pictures with it. Exactly. There's no way you do that. You will make yourself a target. Nobody wants to be a target, man. You got family. Nobody wants that crap. Nobody wants that negative energy in their life. Nobody wants people to want to be around you because they know you got money. No, keep that stuff at a distance, man. That's how people get hurt a lot of the times, and that's how these entertainers and stuff like that be getting jacked, man. Flossing all the time. My brother Rob says, stunting, flexing, food for the wolves, no money folks. Exactly, man. Ashton says, well done steaks. Yeah, that's what they eat. They go to a steakhouse, right? You can go and buy, a nice little ribeye that's a good, let's just say 3 to 4 inches thick, and they want that thing well done. They think about wine like grape juice, right? They don't even know how to order, but yet they act like they are somebody. Want a well done steak, man? I don't know. No, we don't rock with you like that, man. We know your kind. We know what you look like. We know what you sound like, and we don't rock with you. Mr. Kojo's in the house. Those guys are stunning. Don't go it. Absolutely. Hey, No Limit says, hey, Black Heights, I can't wait until the 3X hoodies come out. No Limit, man. Hey, man. You know what? Me and my wife was talking about the additional apparel and stuff like that. We were talking about additional apparel, and we're gonna bring the 3X hoodies. We're gonna bring the 3X hoodies for sure. And thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate you, brother. I really appreciate you, No Limit. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Let's go through here. He's referring to Orlando Minor. Real talk, Melissa. You know his page. When you see brother, it looks like Black Ice's cousin. No, don't do me like that, Corey and Laquita. Nah, I say this. Orlando's a good-looking fella, man. So thank you for the compliment. But Orlando was dope. Real estate guy, and he's getting to the bag as well too. Mr. L is in the house, man. Mr. L says, son is 13 and interested in a tech major. How can I get his feet wet early, man? I would say this, Mr. L, you got a lot of people who are in tech in this chat. From Professor Black Ops, have him start to look at his content because he's on the cybersecurity side. Kev IT support. He takes people through entry-level help desk jobs and how to build home labs. Leverage him. Leverage Master IT. He's another person that can help him get his feet wet in there as well too, but he's going to be more on the professional side. But check out his YouTube videos. He's going to be able to help there as well too. So have your son at 13 start to digest some of this content and start to understand it. And, that should pique his interest, sir. Let's get here. Mr. L, does your son have an Xbox? Okay. Let's do this. What do you think about blogging as a way of creating visibility? Oh, hold on. As an aspiring software engineer. I think that's cool, Christian. If you want to be a software engineer and you want to do some blogging, I think that's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely, man. You got a lot of people on YouTube who do video logs, right? And they have a good following. It's a fantastic way to gain some exposure and stuff like that. But I would also say LinkedIn is very, very, very big as well. Mr. Nick said that same thing. Mrs. Wade is in the house. Hey, chat. I appreciate you, babe. Can someone let Mr. know he locked his family outside? Tell him to open the door. Oh, okay. I locked my family out. Guys, give me a quick minute. I need to go and let them in. So give me a quick minute. I'll be right back with you. Now that I got them situated, I am back, guys. I am back. You know what? A lot of the times what I end up doing is when the kids and the family leave, I lock the door because we have double bolts on the lock or on the door. And I want to make sure that we're all protected and so forth, especially with me being on the far back end of the house. I got to lock the door up. And apparently I locked the wrong bolt. So she's in now and so forth. Mr. Nick says, open the door for the wife. She's locked out. Thank you, Mr. Nick. I appreciate you. And she appreciates you as well, too, man. And she gave me that look just now. She was like, come on, man. You locked me out. You locked me out, guys. That's life. You're absolutely right. This is life. You know, that's what happens. She took the kids to swim today. And yeah, she typically leaves around the same time. So this is the perfect time for me to go live because I don't have any additional noise in the house. And of course, I'm off work at this point in time. So, you know, I decided to go live. And apparently when she left, I locked the wrong lock. So let's get back to it, though. Let's get back to it. We got another article that I want to go over again. So let's do this. Let's do this. Shark Tank couple, guys. Shark Tank couple. I want to get you guys feedback on this and chat me on this one as well too. So, you know, we talk a lot about side hustles and, you know, getting to the bag and so forth. And I say this, we get to the bag so that we can do some things on the side, whatever that is, your passion, right? I think working, especially in corporate America, you're not going to find your passion. I don't think you're going to find your passion. I think you're going to become good at something to where you're going to be willing to put up with it over time because you're making a good amount of money. But I don't think you really find your passion into corporate America. Maybe there's some people that do. I haven't found my passion yet, but I do love what I do in the corporate world. And I've done a lot of things. I just love to work like that, right? But my passion is to help others. My passion is to coach others. My passion is to see others develop and so forth, right? That's what my passion is, and that's what I've been able to invest in. My passion is, you know, being able to help people have nice, adequate housing that they're proud of and things like that, being a real estate agent. That's what my passion is, seeing the smiles on people's face when they're able to accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. So this couple right here, decided that they wanted to step out on a whim. And what they basically did is they sold their house to a fun, what you call a Boozy Bouquet. Boozy Bouquet startup. And now they have $75,000 from Shark Tank deal. Let's talk about it. Let's see if this is something that you guys will leverage one day for your folks who are married. For you folks who are married, or for you folks who aren't married yet, maybe you would consider something like this. So let's go through the article. Kelly held up a bouquet of flowers. What if I told you I had a margarita in my hand, she said. Would you believe me? A bouquet, whatever you want to call it. Believe her. In 2019, she partnered with her husband, Ryan, to launch in Delray Beach, a Florida-based Flasky Flowers, a startup that makes flower bouquets with built-in flask. She's a hairstylist by training, but she came up with the idea working at weddings. She watched bridal parties scrambling to hold their flowers and find somewhere to stash their drinks. So you think about it. This lady was a hairstylist. She was a hairstylist. She was doing a bunch of weddings, and she said, there's a problem that's going on. This is really how you can start a business. This is how you can solve challenges in a business world. When you see a problem, you can address it. You can address it on your own, or you can address it inside of a company. A lot of people choose to address it inside of a company, and they can get to the bag that way, right? Gain and climb the ladder and so forth through software, technology, and so forth. But, you know, she said that since she was a hairstylist, she wasn't working for a tech company, and she's not in tech. She saw a problem, and she says, you know what? I'm going to try to solve that problem. So what she did was she came home and said, hey, Ryan, I've got something. We got to do this. And basically, the couple invested $60,000 of their own money, sold their house for additional seed money. Ryan quit his job to take care of the 7 kids, so her husband, became a stay-at-home father. And Kelly, she got to work on a prototype. So this is another aspect of that I want you guys to hear, right? Two heads are better than one. The people who are successful out here, the people who are really getting it, this is another thing that I want you guys to look at too. When you see all these people flashing money and so forth, driving around in nice cars and all this other stuff, and they looking single, you know they ain't got no money. Let me just tell you this: a lot of them don't have money. If they aren't a sports star or entertainer that's real big, you know they don't have any money. You know why they don't have any money? Because 85% of millionaires are married. Okay. You know why I don't have any money? Because 85% or 84% of, people, millionaires, have college degrees. And if they don't have a college degree, more than likely, they're going against that statistic. We know. We can spot the fake people all day. So let me get to it. So, two heads are better than one. They're married. One was working. Well, both of them were working. They had a good idea. The husband bought into his wife's idea, and he quit his job to take care of the kids. It's about a partnership. It's about believing in a dream. It's about investing in each other, right? So Kelly, she got to work on a prototype involving a baby's feeding bottle in a plastic martini glass with a straw. 2 years later, on Friday, Shark Tank episode, the couple's latest design landed a $75,000 investment from the Sharks, Lori, Mark Cuban, and Kevin O'Leary in exchange for 30% equity into the company, or 30% stake into the company. I couldn't ask for anything more than that. Kelly asked for, right? She made her investment or her offer to them very low because she didn't want them to have a lot more control over the company. But anyway, so the Sharks expressed interest in the company because of its sizable profit margins. She was able to sell these flask bouquets, right? These flask bouquets for $25, but it only cost her $1.77 to make. The margins on that is insane. It is a high margin product. So, the couple went their way and was booking sales and so forth. And then COVID hit. So COVID hit and, their revenues declined by 34%. And at the end of the day, it's about this, guys. At the time of the taping on the Shark Tank show, they only had brought in $25,000 in sales since the launching. The company had 1,500 units waiting idly in inventory. And, with the pandemic, of course, weddings stopped, right? A lot of people, I have a friend who just came back from Malaysia, Essence, who's just in Austin right now. She had to push her wedding back twice. You had other people who just went to the courthouse to get married and so forth. So weddings have been pushed off. But overall, I think this product is probably going to sell. It's going to be one of those handy items and something like that that's going to sell one day because people want to have a sip of wine when they're taking pictures and have their bouquet of flowers in their hands, and they don't want to have to keep dropping that thing and going somewhere else. So let me know what you guys think about this. I thought it was something that I wanted to share because it's a way that you guys can see that people are solving problems to get to the bag. Now, these people aren't making a lot of money yet, right? I don't know when this thing is going to take off or if it's going to take off. Maybe it's not. But you see that they saw a problem and they saw a problem and they tried to solve it, right? And they created a product to solve that actual problem. And not only that, you see the two heads are better than one when it comes down to entrepreneurship and things like that, especially couples. They're working together to make this thing work. There's sacrifice in here as well, with the husband having to fall back, right? The wife having to, the ability to move forward and, get the prototypes done and get a product out there on the market with his help. It's a beautiful story. It's a fantastic story. Another way that you can get to the bag, guys. Another way that you can get to the bag. If you and your partner, your spouse have ideas that's out there, you guys should have some money saved up and one of them want to go and do something, or your kids have an idea like to open a bakery or something like that, you make the money now so you can invest into that in the future. My daughter, Ariane, she's only 7 years old. She wants to own a bakery. I already have the website. Well, not the website, the URL bought. Already have the LLC created and so forth. But, at any point in time, when she's really wanting to move forward with that, daddy has the money to invest in it. And she's only 7 years old. So, you get to the bag, you make the money, you get your MBAs, you climb the corporate ladder for things like this, so that one day you can have the money to invest. If your wife has some brilliant idea and wants to solve a problem, or you have a brilliant idea to solve a problem, you can stick that money to do that, because you can see it costs money to make money. It costs money to make money. But I want to get your guys' perspective on that, guys. Let me hear what you guys had to say from the chat. Would you, if you were, a person, you've gone to weddings before, you may be a person who's been married before, and you just, your wedding day is stressful a lot of the times. Your wedding day can be stressful a lot of times. This is for the women, right? For the men, when you're getting dressed, you're probably having cocktails and so forth. At least that's what we were. I had my brother in the room with me, my father-in-law, my brother-in-laws, my cousin, right? It was like 7 of us in the room. And we were, having a beer or two right before we had to get dressed and all this other stuff, right? So, there's always some way that you can calm the nerves. And, when you're with your family like that, you share cocktails. But for you women, is this a good idea? You think this is a problem that will, or a solution to a problem that exists out there? Would you invest in something like this? Will you buy it one day? Love to hear from you guys. But let's go to another story real quick, because I've been on here for quite some time, and I'll look into the chat in a quick minute. So we talked about promotions, and I talk about this all the time. Visibility is key and so forth. Well, metrics is key as well too. And working with your manager is key. Working with your manager is key. Understanding what a good employer is and objectifying that to get to the next level is key. And that's what I talk about, right? And you guys probably have a handful of, or notebooks full of notes when we have these conversations on our Saturday morning. But listen to what Mr. Kevin O'Leary says, right? There's no shortage of advice on the best ways to secure a promotion at work. But if you ask Kevin O'Leary, there's only one simple thing that you need to focus on. When you're an employee, you want to make your boss look good. You want to make your boss look good. Let me repeat that again. You want to make your boss look good. The Money Court judge and O'Shares ETFs chairman tells CNBC, make it what matters in business is that they look good because you're doing great work. You're doing great work. O'Leary says that when you are assigned a task or volunteer to take on additional responsibilities, you should make sure that you make your performance measurable. You should make sure that you make your performance measurable. Talk to your manager. Understand what it is that you need to get to. What is the metric? How can you objectify this? How can you make sure that this turns into a number so you can track toward it? It's no different than you having to, what do you call it? If you're saving for a wedding, you know how much that wedding is, right? If it's $34,000, you need to save X amount of dollars per week to get to that $34,000. It's no different than in a role. If you want to get to promotion and you're doing work, you have to objectify what it is so that you can get to it. And once you're able to meet that numbers, you're going to have a whole page of notes, a brag book that you can talk about on your performance and why you deserve a promotion or why you deserve a raise. So make sure to make your performance measurable, he says. This can range from asking for a written deadline on a project to setting target metrics that you want to hit. By having measurable goal, you can achieve executional excellence that will be noticed not only by your boss, but by the other people around you, O'Leary says. Focusing on performance is especially important for remote workers who have lost the ability to smooth around the water cooler at lunch with their bosses, he adds. But doing a good job is only half the battle. It's just as important to keep close track of your performance. Guys, I've been saying it all the time. Objectify all the things that you need to accomplish your job. If you're able to objectify it, make it something on or add a number to it and agree with your manager with it, and you hold them accountable to you meeting that and you've met that and your performance looks good, you have a lot of ammunition to ask for a raise. You have a lot of ammunition to ask for a promotion. This is game. Right? A lot of us don't ask for it because we don't know how to do it. Well, the way how you ask for it is to gain or to build credibility, but to track your performance. And when you get to your certain performance measurables, you're able to brag about it, and you use your brag book. You're able to ask for that promotion once you have a whole bunch of stuff to brag about. Hey, I was able to meet this SLA 100% of the time. Hey, I was able to, get these customer survey scores back, and it was 100%. Yada, yada, yada. It's about performance, tracking to it, making sure that you have objective measurements and you get there. And once you get there, you share it with your bosses, you share it with your leaders. At the end of the day, once you get there, your bosses are going to be happy as well too, because they can take that up to their senior leaders as well to talk about how the team is meeting their performance or meeting their goals. That's going to make them look good. Essentially, that makes them look good. Guys, it's about making the people above look better than you, or making the people above look good. Making the people above look good. And if you're able to do that, you're going to gain visibility. You're going to get to the bag like you're asking for and like you want. So I wanted to drop that in that one with you guys as well too, because not only is Mr. Wade, talking to you guys about this, coaching you guys on this, Black Heights is coaching you on this, but you see it from, billionaires and millionaires who have hundreds and thousands of employees working for them, right? And assistants working for them, and they're saying, what is it that they look for in an employer in order for them to get promoted? Guys, track your metrics. When you have those metrics and you're tracking them, add that to your brag book. Add it to your brag book. Brag about yourself. Say you hit that goal. Say you hit those targets. Share that with your boss. He's going to share that with his leaders. Before you know it, you're going to have a whole bunch of ammunition to ask for that promotion, to ask for that raise. That's how I did it. It works. It certainly works. All right, guys, I'm going to jump over to the chat real fast. I want to jump over to the chats to see what you guys are saying. We got another super chat. And guys, I apologize if I'm missing the super chats. I apologize if I missed the super chats. Brother, Mr. Nick says, for the chat, if you're going to college, MBA, make sure you join and volunteer. Nope, we got to that one already. No Limit gave the $40.99. I appreciate you, No Limit. Thank you so much. Mr. Nix gave another one for $2. Blind guy, his wife, their wife says, oh my God, your wife and kids say they like the indoors as much as, oh my God, yes, the husband. You know what, here's the thing about the wife. When you make a bonehead mistake like that, you lock them out, right? Guess what, she heard me while she was in the car. She bought her husband a nice glass of wine so we can turn this into a happy hour, guys. So that we can turn this into a happy hour. Cheers, 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 cheers to my ladder climbers for rocking with me today, this afternoon on this random Wednesday. But I appreciate you guys. And also, we got another super chat from Otis. Otis says, what do you think about Ravatur? I don't know what Ravatur is, but I'm going to Google it, Otis. Let me do this, man. Let me Google this. Let me do a quick second. Let me find out what that is, and I can give you my opinion if I have an opinion on it. But I don't know what it is, sir. Oh, it's a technology company. Okay, a technology talent development company headquartered in Virginia. Its unique business model involves hiring recent U.S. college graduates, training them in high demand software skills, and employing them to work in information technology. They've been around since 2013. Wow, it sounds like this. Let me put this on the screen. Because I want you guys to be able to see this. And thank you for bringing this to my attention. Because I don't know anything about them. But now I do. That's the one thing about, having you all in this chat. We get to learn from each other, right? But guys, it's a technology company, 7 locations. And it sounds like it's been around for quite some time, but let's check out the website. Wow. Leading provider of entry-level tech talent powering global leaders. And let me do this. This screen right here doesn't look as good, so let me bring this down here. Boom. I want you guys to be able to see that. So let's go here. Let's shrink that just a bit so you guys can see the entire screen. Good. All right, there you go. So 7,000 plus deployed software engineers, 6 out of 10 partnering with 6 of the top 10 banks, 89% retention rate after 4 years. Wow. This is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Hiring talent, getting hired, university partners, technology partners, and so forth. This reminds me of a nonprofit organization that I was trying to sell into my services for Black Heights into, called, it wasn't, oh gosh, what was the name of it? But a good friend of mine who was a chief diversity officer, Antoine, worked there, and they're based out of San Francisco. And San Francisco Talent Development Nonprofit. What is the name of this bad boy? No, we don't want that one. But anyway, what they basically do is, and I'll find it, and I can't spell San Francisco. I'm technically challenged, and I spell challenged too. Okay, is it something? It's not Upwork, but it's something. Oh, Better Up. That's what it is. It's called Better Up. There we go. So Better Up, it's a similar concept to Better Up, where they take talent development is your secret weapon, and here's why. And basically, this is a nonprofit organization that seems to be very similar to Ravature, where they help kids, especially kids who come from difficult areas, right? And they basically bring them in to do apprenticeships, and they keep them for a full year, and they send them off to companies like Microsoft, and they send them off to companies like Salesforce and so forth. So basically, this is, and these kids, a lot of these kids don't have an opportunity to go to college, but they want to get into tech. And there's companies out here like Ravature and companies like their Better Up that does this sort of stuff. But thank you for sharing that with me. I've never heard of them before, but now I know who they are. Now I know who they are. That's how we learn from each other, and I appreciate that, brother. Let's jump back over to the chats, though. Let me see what else you guys are saying in here. Blackmon says, this is another good brother of ours. Do you think me getting an MBA in marketing with my bachelor's in CIS would help me in the SaaS sales? No, I don't think so. I think if you're going to specifically go into SaaS sales, Blackmons, no. I don't think that you want to get an MBA in marketing at all. I think really what you want to do is you want to spend more time in sales, sir. So get the CIS degree, make sure you get that finished, and then try to get into sales right away, and then hone your skills in the sales. Because a lot of the times when you're in the sales role, unless you go into management and you get into upper management, then you should get an MBA, because you're going to be looking at all aspects of the business. But you really want to focus on selling, and you really want to focus on building those skills to sell. So Black Months, I wouldn't say get an MBA if you're really going to focus on SaaS sales, sir. Mr. Nix, Christian, it's still new, need to start on articles, yada, yada, yada. Okay, Ashton, you gave me a face. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Whether or not the product takes off, they take the risk. Yes, I agree on that one. I agree on that one as well, Mr. Rowe. They are taking the risk, right? They are taking the risk on that one, and they are building something, and they're solving a problem. That's what the lesson behind that one was. First Rowe said, my nephews at 12 have their own small cold pressed juice company in Southern California. Teach them young. Absolutely. Christian, that's not a bad business idea, Christian says. Yeah, I didn't see it as a bad business idea either, but I think there was a bigger story behind it. The reason why I wanted to share that is because, the marriage and the, working together and to seeing a problem and to address it, because that's how you're going to eventually, that's how you want your later in your life to be. Or if you're at that point right now where you have enough money because you've made a lot of money, that's what you want to do later on. Melissa says, cheers. She got the wine ready already. Blind Guy's Advice and ammunition to ask for what you want involves ticking the goal boxes. You meet goals, your bosses are happy, your paycheck, promotions improve. Abso-freaking-lutely. That's absolutely wonderful. I'll read that again. And I'm going to put that on the screen here because I think that's fantastic. Let's do this. Boom. The ammunition to ask for what you want involves ticking the goals boxes. You meet goals, your bosses are happy, your paycheck, promotions improve. That's it. It's absolutely it. Ashton says, cheers, red round in hand. Get that red wine in hand. Noah says, I have heard good things about Ravateur as well, Otis. I am also in the DMV area. Noah's a great brother of ours. Again, another Patreon. Fantastic brother. On his grind. On his grind. Guys, if you're in the DMV area, link up. Shoot each other a message. Missed question from Black Muns. Do you think me getting MBA marketing? I got to that one, Miss Wade. I definitely got to that one. Noah Piss says thanks. So one last article before we drop out of here. One last article. Let's do this. Boom. All right, guys. You got to tell me something, man. You got to tell me something. All these jobs that are out there. Companies are starting to say you guys are ghosting them, man. Companies are starting to say you guys are ghosting them. That means, hey, is the talent pool, is it that in high demand? There's so many jobs out there, there's not enough people, they're saying, or qualified people. So now, at one point in time, I just remember this, seeking out jobs and stuff like that. You go for an interview, and all of a sudden, you wouldn't hear anything back. You ask questions and all this, you wouldn't hear anything back. Like, okay, well, did I do well on the interview? Obviously, I didn't get the job, because if I would have got the job, you guys would have said something to me. Well, there's been a role reversal to this. And let's walk through this article. Few people are as knee-deep in work-related anxieties and sticky office politics as Allison Green, who has been fielding workplace questions for a decade now on her website, Ask a Manager. In direct report, she spotlights themes from her inbox that help explain modern workplace and how we could be navigating it better. In today's topsy-turvy job market, a strange new thing is happening. Employers are increasingly grumbling about job seekers ghosting them. These job candidates just don't show up for their scheduled interviews, and in some cases, new hires accept a job only to disappear. You guys are out there ghosting people, man. Who's doing that? If you guys are ghosting people, put one in the chat. If you ever ghost an employer, put one in the chat. I want to know why you did it. Tell us why you're ghosting people, man. And there may be valid reasons that you're ghosting people. I just don't know anything about it. But you share it to us if you ghosted an employer before. Tell us about it, man. Tell us about it. Was it the aspect of you had multiple interviews, and then all of a sudden you accepted one, then another one came in, and then you accepted that one because it's more money, and you was like, nah, I'm not going to show up. Like, explain that if you've done that. I want to leave a one in the chat because I want people to understand that. So here's some of what she's heard from managers. I'm in the medical field, and this is happening to us for the past year, 6 to 12 months. Being ghosted for interviews, people not responding, 5 people scheduled to interview, but 1 shows up. We've even hired people who didn't show up in the first day or didn't return for the second. Nurses in front office positions. It's unreal. Guys, you guys doing that? Are you really out here doing that? Oh, gosh.
Damn!
Oh, man. Oh, are you guys ghosting these employers now? Hey, they were ghosting us at one point in time, right? They were ghosting us at one point in time. I've gotten ghost a couple times coming out of college. I've gotten ghost. So now the ghosting is happening. And employers are saying, we can't find talent. We can't find talent. We cannot find it. I went from working at a nonprofit to working for a vendor. Part of my job is hiring, but I'm having a much harder time hiring now than I did at a nonprofit. The pay and benefits are better. We start people at more than the max rate at a nonprofit. Hours are more consistent. We offer good PTO, matching 401k, and insurance. I've sent out over 30 offers to interview. 9 agreed to interviews. 3 didn't show up. 2 failed background checks. 2 didn't want to travel. And we made offers to the other 2, but neither has responded to accept or reject. I've never had so many people just not respond or not show up in this new normal. I'm at a loss and feeling really discouraged. Guys, who's doing this? I think it's hilarious. I'm hiring for multiple hourly entry-level manufacturing jobs, well above local minimum wage with PTO, benefits, etc. If I reach out for a brief phone interview, only 50% respond. If I set up an interview, it's no longer shocking when someone doesn't answer the phone. Then once I offer a job, nothing, no response. I don't get it, they're saying. Guys, what's happening? What is happening? Who's doing this? I got to know if anybody in chat is actually doing this. Let me look in the chats, man. Who is doing this? Who is doing this? Nobody in chat has sent the one yet. Ashton, I appreciate the super chat. Ashton says, happy early birthday, Black Heights. I have to drop off, but didn't want to forget. Celebrate you. Certainly, you just certainly deserve it. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Ashton. I appreciate the early birthday gift. And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Nick says, nope, we don't fumble bags over here, Coach Wave. Agreed, first row. The crazy ghosting jobs. Can a number of these that ghost feel that weed will make them not pass the drug test? That's a good question. It's a very good question, Mr. Nix. That's a very good question. It could be the fact that there's drug tests or something like that that could be leading to this sort of craziness that's going on right now. Now, let's find out. Let's see if they say anything about it. Employers, unsurprisingly, do not like this. It's rude, they say, and unprofessional. And sure it is. But employers have been doing this to workers for years. Yes. And their hand-wrangling didn't start until the tables were turned. Wow. Big-time companies felt like they had the leverage. Now they don't. So employers have it. Employees have it. And they're starting to ghost people. For years, I fielded questions from job seekers frustrated at being ghosted by job interviews. They would take time off from work, maybe buy a new suit, spend time interviewing, often doing second, third, and even fourth round of interviews, and then never hear from their employer again. Yes, that's true. That's exactly what happened. They politely inquire about the status of the application and get silence. Or they would make time for a phone interview scheduled at the employee's behest, and a call would never come. When they try to get in touch after rescheduling, crickets. It's been so endemic that I've long advised job seekers to expect never to hear back from employers and to simply see it as an unavoidable part of the job search. Wow, we've gotten numb to employers doing this over time. We've gotten numb to it. I've gotten numb to it. When you don't hear back, you know that you don't get the job. That's just basically what it is. You get ghosted. But now the tables have turned. And it doesn't look like any of us are doing that. Maybe these are the same people that act like they got the money, though. Damn! Maybe these are the same kind of people that act like they got the money and they really don't, right? And these are the same kind of people that ghost employers. Maybe these are the type, but apparently these type aren't in his chat, and I appreciate you guys. These type aren't in the chat. I just wanted to throw it out there, and I wanted to use this as an article because I saw that. And we talk about, getting to the bag and so forth. But if we are doing this sort of stuff, we're not going to get to the bag. We're making a fool out of ourselves because eventually it's going to come back. Eventually it'll come back around to bite you. Somebody's going to know somebody, and eventually it's going to come back around to bite you. And you may need a job later on in the future when things turn around, right? That's the thing about life and this whole market. It's seasonal. Right now, there's more jobs than there are people. But that may not be the case 10 months from now, 20 months from now, 2 years from now, and so forth. And you always want to leave a good impression on good people or on people in general. So if you aren't going to take that job, you can say, you know what, you can deny it or decline it with an email. I've done that multiple times, right? And I've gotten offers and said, you know what, I'm going to respectfully decline this offer. And I wish you guys the best in your job search. You can do that. That's the appropriate way to do it. But there's people who aren't doing it that way. Might be the same people who like their steaks super well done. All right, guys. Let me tap over to the chats one more time. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I wanted to share these articles with you guys and go live to bring you guys some light in your day. See what was going on. Javon Grant says, the left is doing They don't want to work. It could be. It certainly could be, Javon. I don't know. They didn't give a profile for these kind of people, but it certainly could be the people on the left, man. It certainly could be the people on the left. Blind Guy's Wife of the Light says, ghosting is a Bible prophecy. These companies have the history of playing too much, so now I guess they're reaping what they sowed. Yes, absolutely. First Rose says, what people don't realize is that the ghosting campaign can come back to haunt them later. Absolutely. JT Coin Range says, happy early birthday. I appreciate that, brother. I really do appreciate that, brother. Otis says, what career do you advise someone to switch to at 39 years old to make more money? I want to make six figures in the next 5 to 8 years. Otis, very good question. I need to know where you're at currently right now. I need to know what you're doing currently right now. But what I would say is that there's a lot of tech roles that you can get into, from a business analyst to a systems analyst to a project manager. Project management is a fantastic career that pays very, very well. And if you have an education, all you need to do is get a certification and get a start somewhere. And you don't have to be technical. It's a lot of times project management it's no coding. Well, majority of project managers don't code at all. But there's roles like a business analyst, a project manager. You can go into sales, right? These are all roles that you can get into that are non-coding based tech roles, working for a technology company that you can be making six figures in 5 to 8 years. But we have to know exactly where you're starting. And, if you want to, just book a session with me, a consultation, and I can advise you from there. But what I would say is that, there's a lot of roles that exist out there. And the cool thing about the Black Heights channel is that I have a catalog of all the roles from, entry level that you can get into, from even a librarian, right, that exists out there. A web content specialist. Check out the catalog on the Black Heights website where I talk about these jobs, and you can enter them at an entry level, and you can get to six figures in no time, my man. So, but if you want more information than that and want me to assess your situation, just book a consultation with me. You can do that through the Black Heights website, and I'll be happy to speak with you, Otis. Christian says, BH, what's your Cash App? Christian, it is in the description of this video. If it's not in this one, sir, then you can go to the video that I dropped on yesterday on tech sales, and in there you would see the description on there as well too. But I appreciate you for asking. Thank you so much for the happy birthday. Worth Noah Page said 1 or 2 spots left. Join our Patreon to have exclusive access to Anton as BH in my Skeets community at the link below. I appreciate you, Noah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with the audience and the members here in the crowd. Educated Disciple says, Black Heights, wish you an early birthday. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. The old man is going to be 38 tomorrow. I'm going to be working hard. I have some coaching calls. I'm going to be hanging out with the wife and the sisters. We're going to do something for dinner. I'm probably going to stay and order something. But, Friday, we're going to camp. Well, camp in the backyard. So here's the thing, guys. I never camped in my life. So I bought a tent based on the recommendations of a good brother of mine. He was like, man, this is a fantastic tent. It's all nice and all this stuff. So what we're going to do on Friday is we're going to set up the tent. I'm going to put the big projector outside and let the kids and myself and the wife and my sisters sit around the fire pit and watch movies. And then you're going to sleep outside. That's my idea of a fantastic birthday, right? Spending time with your loved ones, spending time with the people that matter. And, that's going to be my kids' first time say they ever camped, right? And they can always say that we did it for Daddy's birthday. So that's how I like to spend my birthdays, guys. I'm going to be camping in the backyard. And on Saturday morning, I'm going to wake up. I have a nice flat top, and I'm going to cook breakfast. So I'll have a coffee talk, and soon from the coffee talk, once we're done with the coffee talk, I'll jump onto the flat top and do some pancakes, some scrambled eggs, some sausage, some bacon, and we'll eat good, man, and have some mimosas. So that's my idea of a fantastic birthday, and that's how we're going to celebrate. I don't like all the extra jazz. I already have everything that I want. If I want something, I go and get it. So, the wife always says, what do you want? I'm like, babe, I don't need anything. Just give me a nice little cake, as long as I can get some cake. So I haven't been eating sugar. So I'll have a slice of cake tomorrow, and then, let the rest of the people in the neighborhood eat it, and let my sisters eat it, and the kids eat it, and so forth. But that's how I'm going to be spending my birthday. Yes, tomorrow's the old man's birthday, man. 38 years old. I'm happy to see another year. I am very proud of the accomplishments of myself this year. I'm very proud of the accomplishments of you guys. I thank you guys for rocking with me, seeing this channel grow, seeing the patrons grow, being a very strong support system, always being a voice and helping out, guys. So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys more than you know. I'm just seeing the growth, and it's fun, and I enjoy it. So Kev IT Support says, happy birthday, stay blessed, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Real Talk Melissa says, fun, we love camping. Yes, projected and night swims and camping. Happy times. Yes, absolutely. That's a good time. That's a fantastic time, an absolutely fantastic time. So that's how I'm going to celebrate my birthday. And Kev IT Support, I appreciate the birthday shout out, and I appreciate the super chat, my brother. Kev IT Support's fantastic content creator, and he's the one that I was talking about. If Otis, if your son who's 13 wants to get into tech, have him check out his channel. Have him check out his channel. He's going to learn a lot from Kev Tech IT Support. All right. Chris says, I'm coming to Austin to get some of that breakfast. JT Cohen says, sounds fantastic, brother. That's how we do it, man. That's how we do it. But guys, thank you so much for rocking with me on this random Wednesday. Thank you so much for the support, the early birthday shout outs. And you know how we do it, guys. You know how we do it. And until next time, y'all. Peace. Black Tropical Homestead. I appreciate you, brother. Said happy birthday, Sawyer, brother. Blessings. Blind Guy's Wives. I appreciate you. Real Talk Melissa says, great stream. Thanks for sharing your gift. Have a happy birthday. Having a great evening chat with Black Heights. I appreciate you, Melissa. Thank you so much. Kev IT Support. That's my brother right there. Check out Kev IT Support's LinkedIn, guys. Fantastic. JT Corn Rings, thank you so much for the super chat, brother. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes as well, too, man.